Hello, ladies. I'm here today to talk to you about something I find really important. I mentioned it in my teaser. It's the non-human environment. I find it really important because it has to do with you and with me. The non-human environment is also something that we have to be aware of to understand the human environment. So let me explain. When I was in school to become an occupational therapist, we had to learn about the non-human environment. I had no idea what that was. Then we got to learn about it. The non-human environment are things in our lives, material things, that have impacted us and that have made an influence in our lives. And it may be something from our way past. It might be something from your past when you were a small child. And then as you grow up, you get more and more things, you acquire more things. And those items have meaning behind them. The meaning behind them is what we're talking about, because the meaning behind them is what connects us to other people. It impacts the relationships, the communication we have with others. And that's the deeper meaning here. So when we look at the items, we are not looking at it selfishly. We are not trying to focus on ourselves in a sense of me, myself, and I. That is not what this is about. It's about understanding more of who we are. By understanding more of who we are, we can understand others and reach out to others and help be good to others, to have those healthy relationships and build balance. Therefore, we can create our own joy. So let's start off with a couple of items. I have something here that's super memorable to me. Okay, I'm being very personal here. I want to share it with you, and I love doing this. This item here, I don't know, some of you may remember it. This is a bean doll, okay? Her name is Boofle. Now, why I have this doll, she's getting really old. I got her when I was about 9 years old. We were living in Charleston, West Virginia. And our mom had to go visit her parents. Her father had knee surgery. I think that's the reason. She went for about 3 weeks. So I was there with my older sister, 2 younger brothers, our father, of course. And we were very lonely. Just no matter how much we were well taken care of, we missed Mom. So when we got a gift in the mail and Mom sent us all a little something, my sister and I each got a bean doll, and our brothers each got some other toy with an airplane thing. So this was mine. I reached in the box and somehow I picked this out. This to me reminds me of me missing my mom, but knowing she was coming home. So it's a real joy to have this doll. Ended up being, long story short, my siblings, we each got a bean doll afterwards. Well, Christina got hers with mine, but Freddie and Mike ended up getting theirs because somehow we did. And we ended up making these little characters because we communicated with each other through these dolls. And it was really not the only way we communicated, but we did because it was a way we connected. And it was really fun. As children, that made a connection. So there's another one. Another blast from the past, if you will. This is a small shot doll. I don't know if you all remember these again. This is from the 70s. This is 1973 when I had this doll, and I still have her. I have a couple more like this in the collection, but we were again traveling with my family. All of us were together in Parkersburg, West Virginia. We went to a mall, and surprise, and my 2 brothers and I went into a toy store. We were looking for Matchbox cars and Hot Wheels because I collected those with my brothers. And we found these. We're like, what are these? So we each got one. I got this one, and my 2 brothers got the boy doll. My sister wasn't with us on this trip. She was visiting a friend, so unfortunately she was not in on this one. But these dolls became, again, a big way we connected with each other. You say, well, what's wrong with you? Did you connect through toys? No, we used these dolls as a way to create happiness because children do that with their toys. Toys are everything to children. But this doll particularly, to this day, we refer to her as Nip. She's really Nifty Nan from the Hot Wheels, what do you call it? Hot Wheels small shot dolls. Couldn't remember the name. But mine became kind of the center of everything because I made it be that way. And people laugh. My kids laugh at me in a good way. They know that Nip is something that is very important to me, and they always refer to her and me as Nip. So, and she's gone through a lot because As you can see, this is not the original bow on her hair. It's not the original underpants that she had on. Shame on me, I had to replace her pants. And then she has a little staple safety pin back here, but she's really old and her wheels are broken. But guess what? It's the memory that I have, the joy of sharing time with my siblings when we played together and had a lot of fun. But also I want to share a side note. Growing up, we moved around a lot because of my dad's work, our dad's work. He was an Orthodox priest and priest Mary, of course. So we were transferred a lot. We moved around a lot growing up. So we learned how to sort of connect with each other through more so our toys. Things were more compartmentalized. We held on to things a little differently because I think we needed to in order to create that to solidify things and to create continuity that we didn't always have because we were uprooted a lot. But in hindsight, that really made us so much stronger. It taught me how to connect with people in a different way, in a way that I was never afraid to talk to people. I love connecting with people, and that's a gift in itself to be able to understand how to talk with people. But I love understanding other people, their relationships, and communicating with them. That is super, super important, ladies. So I found that to be something in hindsight, a blessing. We kind of didn't have a choice at the time, but it was a blessing. Now let me give you something else that I have here. This is a piece of jewelry. It's a beautiful pure gold bracelet. This was from my grandmother, my father's mother. This bracelet is only one of two. And I did not know my grandmother more than my first 6 years. She passed away when I was 6 years old. So I'm remembering the little time that I had with her and the joy that we had. When we visited her in Canton, Ohio, where she lived, we had very little time with her, but every time we were with her, it was a joyful time. It was a wonderful time. So these are things that I'm talking about, ladies. Now we can go on and on. I'll do one more toy. I can't help it. This is a Weeble. The Weebles come from way back. I'm not sure when, but there's way back. And they still make them, by the way. The old phrase is Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. They still say it. So one Sunday after church, we all went out to eat at a Holiday Inn. And if I get any part of the story wrong, I know my brother Mike, Father Michael, will correct me. So Michael, you're out there. You can listen to this one. We were at a Holiday Inn having, lunch or breakfast after church because we didn't eat on Sunday until we went out to eat. And we veered away from mom and dad, and we went to go play in the elevators because that's what you did back then. It was kind of safe to do. Well, questionable, but we were safe. We got up on, I think, the 6th floor, if I remember. We got out and we saw this room with all these little, we didn't know again at the time, little Weebles. They were all lined up. We were amazed. Oh my gosh, toys. So the people that were conducting this business meeting, obviously for the toy product, gave us each one. We were so excited. We couldn't wait to go downstairs and tell mom and dad. And so for us, we sort of like got a gift, got something fun. And it's that time together that was spent that means so much. It's like the joy of finding something fun and getting as like a win-win. As a child, it's a winning thing, So, and you're little. I was probably about 10 years old. So that's a big deal at 10. I could be here for days to tell you about the things that I have around me. Not important enough to tell you everything, but important enough to emphasize how important it is for you to look around your surroundings, to see what you have, and also to look at some of the things you may have lost, because we have losses in our lives too. When we again lived in Charleston, because we lived around a lot, but somehow the ages of 8 and 12, they were so impressionable, and there was a lot going on in Charleston at the time. So we had, unfortunately, a flood in our basement, and we lost every single one of our toys. And to us, that was devastating. To a child, you take away their toys, you take away everything. And I was pretty scared then. So fortunately, nobody got hurt. And in comparison to anything else that goes on in life, we didn't lose people, and thank God for that. That's the most important. We learned to recoup and regain all of our toys again and get more over the years. So we also want to look at the things, again, the point of that is look at the things you may have lost and understand that losses, again, are part of life. We lose things, but we don't lose the memory, hopefully, of what that meant to us. Again, connecting to the people. I want to share one more personal item. Oh boy. This is a Daisy purse. It's a Kate Spade purse that I got about a year ago. It's not just a purse. It's never just a purse. It's a real pretty one. But why I have this one specifically to show you, because I have others I have a lot that I could show you, but I'm going to pick this one I picked this one because it's a daisy. And why I picked this one that's a daisy is because my mother's name, God rest her soul, was Marguerite, and Marguerite in French is daisy. And my mom always told me that. And I love daisies for that reason. It reminds me of my mom, most important. But also in 1968, when I was 6 years old, we wore daisies everywhere. I think everybody did. I had a daisy ring, a daisy bow in my hair and everything, and daisies on my shoes. So it's a big part of my past, but most importantly, reminds me of my mom. So I have really, really happy memories of that. And I wanted to share that with you too. So let me also say something else. If you listen to that phrase, no man is an island, it really is true. We are not meant to be isolated. We are not meant to be alone. We are meant on this earth to be connected to other people. We are meant to need other people. It is important that we need other people. Needing other people connects us to other people, and they're going to need you back. So that's what brings us together. We never want to think of ourselves as, I don't need anybody. I'm an individual. I'm myself. I'm important enough to be independent. Independence doesn't come by itself. Independence is a responsibility. And with responsibility, then you get your freedom. But it doesn't mean you're alone. Alone is not the word. It's the togetherness, the needing of other people and them needing you. And that's, ladies, what it's all about. So the takeaway today here again is understanding your immediate surroundings, what those things mean to you, what you mean to other people. Because through those things, you have connected with other people, people that may not be here anymore, but hopefully, again, you have the good memories to remember, and that's made you a part of who you are. That won't go away. So if you find the good memories, you connect with people well, you create balance in your life. And again, ladies, what do I talk about when I say balance? Balance means a strong mind-body connection and understanding yourself and those around you everywhere, all the people in your life who's around you. And when you find balance, you find joy. I hope this talk was helpful for you today, ladies, and I would love to hear from you. If there's anything you have that you want to share with me that means something to you, that you can tell me about or tell us about, I would love to hear it. On that note, I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me, and I'll talk to you later.